we're joined by the CEO of the city of Sylacauga, Mayor Jim Heigl. Mayor, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale, and good morning, and happy birthday, Cindy Alford.
Yeah. Hey,
known
listen.
her many years. Well, a couple other names I noticed down there.
What about those kids that are star students? Very educated, aren't they?
It gives me great hope for our future. I don't worry about it anymore. As long as we got a generation like that coming up behind us, everything's going to be great.
Soccer player, school
teacher, math.
Mayor, I must say that the food truck industry has had a hiccup or two in the last couple of weeks here in Sylacauga. And the question is, why can't y'all just leave the food trucks alone? Let them stay where they're at. Good morning.
Liability, health, and they're doing the business. We ask that they be inspected by the health department. As you go into your restaurants, you see it all over the place. They got their health rating with 96, 84, 100, whatever it is. Food trucks need the same thing. They need to be inspected to be sure that what they're serving is safe for the people. Also, as far as they're doing the business in Sylacauga, we've got a right to ask for a business license. And also, they go on properties. The property's no problem. They go on there as long as they got permission, written permission, from the owner of the property.
Now, it's written, not verbal.
Not verbal, written. Because we have to know. That's a liability issue. And that's the people who own the property, not somebody there who's got a store there leasing the property. That doesn't count. You have to go to the property owner, because if anything comes up in the future, that's who they're going after, the property owner.
Probably 4 weeks ago, I could ride through Sylacauga on Fort Williams, and I would see 3 to 4 food trucks. Not any longer.
Well, they're still around. As far as I know, they are.
They just moved locations.
Well, they did. They did different locations. I know one that I patronized on and off, and I enjoy their food, but they're on 21 North now. And what they're bringing to the Central Park or Municipal, to Noble Park on Fridays, what the Parks and Recs are bringing there, and they're getting a special rate. They don't charge them anything for that.
So how did this come about as far as a spotlight being on food trucks? I know it started several weeks ago.
In the restaurants, the permanent restaurants in town complained about it. They felt like they was cutting into their business. And that's where it started at. And of course, food trucks, $125, $150, for their permit, and also for their health inspection. That's what they pay. Now, but you go to a restaurant, they're $1,500, $1,600 a year, plus another $800 just for the food.
Big difference, isn't it?
A big difference. Yeah. And these are people. That food trucks serve a purpose, and we're glad to have them. But let's go by the ordinance. It is under an ordinance and has to be abided by.
So you just can't come in here and set up a food truck and say, hey, here I am.
Yeah. What are you going to get? You don't know what they're selling. You have to know what they're selling, and we need to know what they're selling. And we don't want these kids to get a hold of something they have no business getting a hold of.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just a financial thing, a safety thing, and a liability.
It's just the right way to do business, isn't it, Mayor?
It is. It's the right way to do business. We hate it. You just can't, in this day and time, we just can't take risks like we used to.
Yeah. I've noticed some activity over at the municipal pool location here in town. What's happening there?
Well, as you know, we put some money into it. The pool, they went ahead and pumped it on down. They cleaned it on out. Ryan Coleman and Building Earth Engineering, Ryan Coleman has a great relationship with.
Now, he's from here, isn't he?
He is. Okay. These are local people that we're dealing with now. And they're going to go ahead and evaluate that pool, which never was done before, and find out exactly what we can do with it. We have to do this because that pool was built with some LWCF grant. That's federal money that came through ADECA down through LWCF. And that's one of the things that's holding us up to getting any more LWCF grants, because of that pool. We got to do something with it, and we got to do it right. Just to come out here and say, well, the pool's got a sinkhole under it and it won't hold water, or the walls are collapsed. We can't go by that. We have to have a written documentation. And that's what we're after now.
So what do we expect in the end for this particular entity here in town?
It depends on the engineers, what they find when they finish their evaluation of the pool.
So that is going on now?
It's going on now. There's planning's already been laid out, the design, the construction, and of course, we'll be looking at the financing a little bit down the road with the council. It all depends what the engineers find. They're going to tell us, yes, this pool's in great shape, we can do this, that, or the other, or no, this pool is not, we're going to have to do this, we can probably put a pool within a pool, or whatever they have to do, they'll let us know. Whatever they do, it's going to be a lot cheaper than anything else we can do at this present time for the next 2 to 3 years. Because they're way down the road yet, you know, they're looking at the community center on the 21 North, not the city property, but that's got to go to the Planning Commission, and they plan to do that this month. Come to the Planning Commission, make a recommendation of at least, they need to come up with at least 3 locations for this, and let the Planning Commission look at it and see how it fits in the comprehensive plan.
So, do you have a gut feel about this location of the municipal pool now? You think that's doable, maybe?
I think it's doable. I think it's going to be a lot cheaper than waiting another 3 to 5 years for a community center.
So, do you think the council is on board with that?
After I get the facts, I'm sure they will be.
Okay.
We've got a council that's very level-headed, and they're thinking ahead. They're looking at what's best for the city as a whole. I think they will. You know, they'll listen to the facts. They will listen.
Now, you talked about the new Civic Center complex that's projected here in Sylacauga, and it's a projection.
It's projection. That's what it is right now. They had Chambers King in here with a bunch of ideas, you know, for it, and then now they're gone, and we got the money invested in that. Now we got to go with the other part of it. We got the property's going to have to be rezoned.
That's what some people has in their crawl about the money that we spent, and we have nothing to show for it.
Well, I can understand that. It's in my crawl as well, but I haven't got the door. But yes, I felt like people had plans, and they just put the cart before the horse. And I think basically that's what happened, you know. But those days are gone. We're past now. Let's go ahead and move ahead and do what's right. Yeah. We got financial issues. We had to make a very strong decision on our budget. You know, it's a little over 20 million, and but everything. I can't thank our department heads enough. People say, "Well, you cut the police. You cut the." We didn't cut them. We told them. We laid it out to them. This is what we got financially. Showed them everything, and they looked at it and said, "Well, I'll tell you what. I can do away with this." $80-something thousand this time until about April or May or next year. I can cut this out and cut this out. And they're the ones that really cut it out for us. And we can't thank them enough because they saw how strong we're going to be in the future when we get this tax revenue. Well, the tax is up now. We haven't got any of it in yet. We don't know how much it's going to be. Everything is projected there.
When does that?
We'll get an idea at the end of this month. And, of course, we're going to reopen our budget in April of 2024. And then we're going to spread the increase out to where we need it. Yeah. It's really good sometimes to have to suffer a little bit. It makes us stronger in the long run.
Speaking of future, looks like in the immediate future we're adding 2 or 3 new restaurants here in the city of Sylacauga too.
Have you seen Taco Bell?
That thing's coming up, isn't it?
Whetstone, our building code department, he brought it to our attention. They came in there Friday morning and laid down the lumber and the framing for that Taco Bell. Saturday morning, that building was up. Man, that is the way to really plan and lay something out. That is great. I tell you, they did a great job. And Wharf is well on its way. Wharf is doing good. They got that. And you got 2 Dollar Generals that's getting ready to move. You got one up there in 21 North that's going to move from across the street over there, and I think the other one.
That's a good move there.
It is. They're getting out of that little plaza over there, and they're moving over there and getting a little more room. They need a bigger building. And the same thing with the Dollar General down by King Jewelry. They're getting ready to move, and they're just going to hop over to, I think, is Rite Aid building.
Okay.
We haven't got any permits or anything on that yet, so we don't know. I shouldn't mention things, but I really like to wait until we get when they come in and ask for the permits. Then we know they're going to do something.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning. I was on the old Birmingham Highway over there at James Payton on Friday, and you know I'm very mindful of that traffic flow that comes off of the old Birmingham Highway onto James Payton Boulevard. Yeah. And those people coming off that hill right there, they don't pay a whole lot of attention. They just coming.
They come off that hill, you got to watch. And actually, when they come off the hill to go onto James Payton Boulevard, they're supposed to yield.
That sign's right there.
It's right there to yield. And I go through there myself, and I always stop and watch. I said, I'm going to ease on through there. I'm not going to fly. But we had it planned for a light. We didn't have the money for that. We were even going to put sidewalks and lighting down James Payton, all the way down to Walmart's parking area down there. And we just didn't have the money. The light, we've already got plans for that, and we already got evaluated. It's going to be a pretty good expense.
The lighting downtown in Sylacauga, the Christmas season is upon us, and boy, it's a good time for downtown, isn't it?
It is a great time, and again, thank the Beautification Council and the Commercial Development Authority. They're working together trying. We're looking at, they've already gotten a new tree, a beautiful tree, hope to put it on the front lawn of City Hall. This is going to be a huge 20-something foot. People have also asked about why we're not flying the flags on City Hall. Our main pole that holds our national colors is deteriorated at the top, and it's going to have to be replaced completely.
That's dangerous.
It is, and if that flag ever busted loose, you know, as big as it was, over 30 feet, and we're in the process of getting bids now to see what's going to cost to replace that.
So that's going to be done, right?
Oh yeah, it's going to have to be done. Yes, absolutely.
That's a
And
beautiful.
we got 5 of them there, but we need the main one in the center before we can fly the other.
Oh, that beautiful
Yeah.
flag flying.
Oh, it's
Oh,
huge.
goodness. And the lighting on it at night.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
It's great. Some beautiful pictures came out of that.
All right, Christmas in Sylacauga. Now, there was conversation about, and I thought it was a done deal, about music in downtown Sylacauga on Broadway. Is that still done?
That fell through because of LDOT.
Okay.
LDOT had a big say in that, which they do now. They can probably put it on the backside. Another thing that hurt them on Broadway too, not only LDOT, but all those poles down there did not have outlets on them. Years ago, they designed and said, well, we're going to put the outlets in the planters. And that was their idea back then, rather than putting it on the outlets on the
I think that's a great
poles.
idea, though.
Well, it was, but they were not maintained or taken
Yeah.
care of, and
Yeah.
they were underground. Now they're weed-eated and other things else, and they tore them up.
Yeah.
And they can't get no power to them anymore.
Wow.
But the backside, no, I requested and insisted that they put the outlets on the poles in the back, so we'll be able to decorate that section of it. Also, there was some controversy about the alleyways behind the stores.
Sure.
These are not through traffic alleyways. These are for loading and unloading only. That's all they're for.
We don't get that.
No, we don't. No, we're not even supposed to be going down there. You got the parking lot. You get park your car and then walk across into the back of the stores there. But that right away through there is even signs there, loading and unloading only, no through traffic. And some people are upset. They say, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? You know, but it wasn't part of the engineering because it was not a public exit.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning, and it is holiday season. It usually kicks off October, November, and December for sure, but nothing like a small town like Sylacauga with their Christmas decorations
It
up.
sure is. And Lord and the Chamber of Commerce, they do a beautiful job with our businesses and retailers and everything else. You know, we're really looking forward to it. Of course, now they're getting ready for the putting the decorations on the light poles. And I think they're going to start with Halloween, then they'll probably go to Thanksgiving, then they'll go to Christmas. And that's always been a beautiful thing. People.
Who takes care of the hanging baskets downtown?
The city does.
Okay.
Beautification, not the Beautification Council. We had a garden. I think it's Magnolia's Garden Clubs. They've been wanting this for years, and it's a great idea. And the city has appropriated money with our contractors to water those things periodically. And they've had to water them a good bit this year because of the drought. You know.
Before we go this morning, always conversation about the animal shelter. Where are we at on that?
It is full.
Of course.
It is full. It really is, and we're appropriating monies in there. We've already got it down. You got a manager, assistant manager, and right now you got 3 associates. We need 1 more, and we're asking the council to fill that 1 position, which they've given us. And the animal shelter is a constant, ongoing issue, you know, with that many animals, because we don't put them down. We do everything we possibly can. They won't go down unless there's absolutely something wrong with that dog. We'd have to do it. But other than that, we're going to do everything we can. We work with the feral dogs of Avondale. They help us a good bit with transporting these dogs in and out of different areas, and also for medicating them. They do need help out there with cleaning materials, and always need cleaning materials. You need rags, you need mops, and food is always issue. They put out a cry periodically, but to feed that many animals, it's hectic.
Now, we have an animal control officer here in town,
We do.
right?
She is on the board now, and she is now getting her feet good and wet. Yeah, she's out there now for it. Now, she takes care of animals that tries to get up some of these female dogs and get them off the street and get them out of the way and see what we can do about get them spayed and neutered. Thank Philip Morris with the county commissioner. He has been able to appropriate some $20,000 to the Feral Dogs of Avondale to help us with spade and neutering of these animals.
Did notice where the garbage fees are going up.
97 cents, was it? 96 cents. 96? Yes. This is, I've been in and out of government for 15 years. This is the first time that the city has ever taken the increase to and put it on the public, it's going to the public.
The city normally has done that,
We've
right?
done it. When on the council and everything else, we've done it about 3 different times we assorted it. But this time, the council felt that we needed to go pass this one out because the economy the way it is. And this is not for the garbage people. This is for the landfills. That's who's going up on it. They're satisfied with what they're doing, but they just got hit with the increase in landfill.
So when do citizens see this increase?
Oh, they want to see this until next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It won't be anytime soon.
Okay. All right. Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning. And one more thing before we go. We had the Nova Park. It was full a weekend ago with all these campers. What was that about?
Oh, that's been Holy Trail. I went down there those 2 days. The people camping out there was just beautiful. We did it last year too.
That's amazing.
But this year was even bigger. Gosh, those people are beautiful. They come from all over the country, from all over Florida, Maine, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma. I met a guy from Antlers, Oklahoma, where I got a nephew out there. And it was just amazing. Those people come down here and camping out and good entertainment. And they commute with each other, and then they go hit the trails.
Sylacauga, Alabama.
Sylacauga, Alabama.
Wow.
And I'll tell you another thing. I had a notice here that maybe the National Cornhole State Championship may be coming to Sylacauga.
Wow.
Cornhole is a big thing.
Yeah.
It's like pickleball. Ooh,
Yeah.
pickleball.
Pickleball's a
gosh,
hot
they have so
commodity
many people
right
down there,
now.
I don't think
Yeah.
they could all play.
Yeah. All right. Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning. Mayor, always a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Jimmy Dale. Appreciate you
You still
being
got
here.
the open door policy?
Absolutely. My door is always open. You can walk in there anytime you want to. I met a new police officer there, and he came from Talladega. He said, gosh, I've been in Talladega 4 years. I never met a mayor. I said, well, you just come here anytime I can help you.
There you go.
But we're doing great. City's going to be better. It's going to be stronger.
All right. Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning on Daybreak Live. We'll come back to close us out right after this.
Thank you.